Hi, I'm Yasmine. I'm an educator here at Michael Vincent Academy, and today I'm going to show you how you can recreate this holiday look using our 32-piece amazing pro brush set. My beautiful model today is Nadia.
Hi y'all, I'm super excited.
So let's dive right in. I'm using the F80 brush to go ahead and apply a luminizing moisturizer all over the face. The great thing about this brush set is that every brush is labeled for which area of the face it's meant to be used for, which will really help out a lot. I know that's a concern of a lot of different students. So the F stands for face. We also have E for eyes and L for lips. Now I'm using the E40 brow brush to go ahead and slick down her brows. She's got some great eyebrows, so I definitely want to showcase them. E02 to go ahead and just fill in her sparse areas. She doesn't need a whole lot, but I love how thin and pointed this brush is. It really allows you to get fine hair-like strokes. So using E78, I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a light eye base. I don't wanna overwhelm the eye, but I really love how this brush allows me to get really clean lines and even coverage. The brush set is a mixture of both natural and synthetic fibers, and all the brushes can be used with both wet and dry products. I'm using E62 to go ahead and just apply a light eye contour by blending the shadow into her brow bone. Crease right through the center of her eye. Using this brush, I'm just adding dimension since the focus of the eye look is gonna be some graphic liner. We're gonna make the graphic liner really fun today, and we're going to make it into a candy cane. Using E10, I'm just further deepening her crease. Again, since my graphic liner is just gonna be just above the crease, I just wanna add some light dimension. Really love how E10 is a concentrated blending brush. It's hard to find a brush that allows you that concentrated pigment while blending at the same time. So it's almost like the brush is making your job easier. I'm using E77 to draw my graphic liner. I love how this brush is naturally bent, so it allows for really easy precision. One little trick you can use while applying graphic liner is to go ahead and just have her look straight forward. And I'm gonna actually do this part with the eye open, so that way I don't get any of the color into the crease. And that way we won't receive any transfer from the pigment. Once my line is there, I'm gonna go ahead and perfect it and ask her to close her eyes. You can see the color payoff and how detailed this brush allows you to be. Using E04, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my candy cane lines. This brush is so dense and so pointed that it really allows you to get in there and be precise. You just want to alternate between a thinner and a thicker line. I'm just going through and taking my time with each individual line. This brush really allows you to get precise. As you're applying the lines, make sure to dust off your brush and clean any excess, so that way you don't start to transfer the white. I'm using F82 to apply her coverage only where she needs it. I want to keep her skin pretty light, and I want her natural skin to show through. I like to get the most out of my foundation by first applying with this brush. Then I'm gonna go in with F44 and make sure that I'm buffing the foundation into her skin. This really gives you a seamless blend. It's like a beauty blender on a brush. I'm using F17 to get her small detailed areas. This brush really just blends out the pigment and is small enough to get all the nooks and crannies. I'm lightly gonna go in with a lighter shade using F18 just to highlight slightly under the eye. Then again, I don't want to use too much coverage. I love E70 for setting under the eye. It's the perfect density while also not picking up too heavy or too collected of an amount of product. Because I still have to do bottom shadow, I'm just leaving a light layer of translucent powder under the eye to collect any fallout. E33 and 63 are my favorite to go ahead and just blend out any product that I need to disperse. E63 allows me to get in finer areas that you may not necessarily be able to reach with a beauty blender or a big powder brush. I'm using E09 to go ahead and smudge some shadow under eye. Because it's a natural bristle, it really picks up a soft amount of product. But when I want to tight line the bottom of her eye, I'll go in with E15 to just add a little bit of smolder and definition. I'll take E75 and just buff in those two shades together. It's the perfect mix of fluffy and flat. And if I want even more definition, E79 is a great tight lining brush. Now we're getting to the fun part. I'm using F60 to go ahead and chisel her cheekbone. I love the shape of this brush because it really glides right underneath the cheekbone to add that definition and that contour. I'm using F22 to go ahead and buff that color in with a light translucent powder to go ahead and set her makeup. I'm using F51 to go ahead and add some warmth to her face with a light bronzer. For blush, I'm going in with F58. I want to give her a warm holiday glow. I'm adding a detailed highlight using F91. I want to go ahead and hit her Cupid's bow so it pops out of her lipstick. I'm using L97 to go ahead and blend out her lip liner so it looks soft. Since we've got such a dramatic eye, I'm using L72 to pop on some gloss. And any areas that I need to go ahead and outline, I'm going to use E22. Which really allows me to get in there and clean up her lip line. I'm gonna contour her nose using F18. It really allows me to get in there and detail the bridge of her nose. I'm blending out her nose contour using F52. This also allows me to contour the chin and really get a detailed shadow going across any areas that I want to camouflage. I'm going in with a super tiny detailed brush, L10. And you're right, it's L for the lips, but because it's so tiny, I want to add a little pop of glitter just right there. This really just adds a little bit more of the holiday glam. And using my F11, I'm going ahead and brushing away any excess glitter. So just to make sure her makeup's not going anywhere, I'm dusting a really fine layer of translucent powder using my F54. A good rule of thumb is if she feels sticky, she's not set. You'll wow everyone this holiday season with this look using our Michael Vincent Academy 32-piece Pro Brush Set.